With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football. With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Fight, 97.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They go play action here on first down. And Walker has it. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
10 cycles.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And this one's incomplete. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. We're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, we'll start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season? Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, and he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down now, Bonds. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Off play action. Richard. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle they go. Bonds. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
On 3rd down, Bonds. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So he rifles one that's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Coming up on 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steel, black, yellow, zoom. On the ball.
Back to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd down, Bonds. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. Richard. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Looking to throw. Richard. And incomplete on the deep ball. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Off the play fake. Richard. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. They'll look to throw again. He completes it to Evans. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with career touchdown number 174, just one shy of Emmitt Smith in second place. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3. Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expected miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Walker with a grab, left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll try for the first with Walker, and he is going to have a Seahawks first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defensive. You know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it is 28-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Right there, 54, right there, 50.
Back to throw. Richard. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Right here. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Off play action. Richard. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
You're trash. You're trash. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he wisely will throw that one away. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down. They'll keep it on the ground. Bonds, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw on third down. Richard under pressure again, and down he goes again. Troy Anderson applying the pressure and picking up the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Man, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Walker now on 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 65 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, This one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
On third down, Richard. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. And look at this. It's a fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Well, sometimes the fake punts work out. They're fun, and you're so smart for doing it. And sometimes, Charles, what happens is an epic fail, and what we just saw was an epic fail.
And you're right about that, because the key here is the element of surprise. You have to catch a defense completely unaware that this might happen, this might occur. Unfortunately, somehow they tipped it off, or they were just well coached and on their toes.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Dancing to his left, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. From 8 yards out. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Right there. 54, right there. Right.
Throwing on first down. Richard. He's airing it out for Williams. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Richard. He's airing it out for Williams. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
The Cowboys on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Richard. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Caught here by Conley. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. Operating from the gun. Richard. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. They'll run on first down. Bonds. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Right back to him on first down. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. On second down now. Bonds. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is caught by Evans. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
In motion right is Evans.
Blue striker.
They'll look to throw. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
43 is the mic, boy.
Drill green.
Check, 43.
Hey, blue.
Mike's 43.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Complete to right. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
Striker, 3-3. Red, cycle.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Double.
Let's go, Pete. It's going to be a long day, offense.
Steel, black.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Here we go. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
Blue, go.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43.
They'll set up to throw. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Throw out wide to Walker, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Returnable here from the 38. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
54, right there, 54, Mike.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the loss